All right. Bear a second. Audio settings must be adjusted. This was a quick on the fly. Throw the thing together to make it work. Should probably prepare better for things, but I don't. Mostly just trying to figure out if the background audio is too loud or not. Trying to figure out the background audio. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's all fine. Next thing, if I can convince my puppers to not jump on me while I'm doing this, because she's very needy. If I say any words at all, ever, she's like, I gotta be there. Hello. I am Miley. I gotta love on everything. Anywho, hi. This right here in the bottom left, it's an RTL-SDR USB dongle radio receiver thing. And basically, I'm just going to go through the steps and setup process to get it did. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Do my best to answer. So, I don't have any Amazon affiliate links or anything. Your tail is beating everything up, Mom. Can you go lay down? Uh, my Miles, you're being very, very needy right now. So here's the kit basically that this is. It's right at $35. You can buy the dongle by itself for 25. I recommend the kit because it comes with the I forgot what gauge wire that is. It comes with this small coax wire. I think it's like 9 gauge. I don't know. It's been too long since I've read it. I don't want this. I don't see it immediately right there, but anywho, but it comes with the 2 different antenna setups. So you got the little tripod here, bendy tripod thing, which when this picture on the top left rolls back around, not that one. That's my the big black antenna there is for the flight tracking, which I'll show another day how to set all up. But there, right there, I'm using that little thing to kind of mount it against the wall of my garage over there, with the dipole antennas sticking up at a angle to reach up high, as high as I can, considering its location stretched out. I'm using the long ones on this one, not the small ones. But then, so that screws into here. Or you can use a suction cup, which could come in handy, like if you do a lot of traveling and you throw this into like a laptop on a car, or you can even get a little adapter, one of those OTG on-the-go USB adapters for most phones. And there's a lot of software out there to run a SDR dongle from a phone. That's the exact same model that I have right there. It even gives you a link on the device itself to the quick start guide. I said $35 and some free software. You can start listening to radio all day long. So here's the quick start guide link that's on that box. Lord, this internet is slow. My apologies. That's running so slow. There we go. And to get things set up, I highly recommend just literally reading the whole thing here. It gives you full understanding of how to do, what to do, why to do, when to do, how often to do, doingly so. I've done it more than enough times. I'm almost 100% familiar with the entire process from start to finish. But basically, the first thing you want to do is you don't want to plug the dongle into your computer just yet. Like you buy it, you unpackage it, get it all ready to go, get everything you need set up and ready for it. There's a little antenna plug. And you go over here to airspy.com, download. There we go. And you want to get the Windows SDR software package. There are packages available for other services, like the ARM boards are for Raspberry Pis. Here's just a Linux, 64-bit, 32-bit Linux, and a bunch of different software. The one I'm doing is obviously going to be for Windows here. I do have the full package myself because I like all these plugins. I use them for different things, including capturing data from satellite antennas, or not satellites, from satellites, capturing weather data and other information from satellites. You can even listen to certain radio communications that come across satellites only as well. But for ease of convenience, the SDR package here, because it has the SDR, RTL-SDR dongle installation script built into it, so you just want to download that. And then specifically for P.25 digital trunk tracking, you want to come to dsdplus.com and get the DSD 101's the free version. You can definitely get it. And it works for most things. Not for how I have mine set up. It doesn't work so well because I use a single dongle for the radio traffic. But for the control channel and the audio channels. So it doesn't work so well with the regular one. You can make it work, but it's not as fun, not as easy. As you can see, it's been years since it's been updated. However, the Fastlane program, which is depending, you can pay a yearly cost, I believe. $10 for 1 year of updates. So that means they just send you an update for 1 year. So anytime the software gets updated, you get an email on the first setup, and then every time after that, it automatically downloads any future updates directly to the folder that your software is located in. I myself went for the $25 one. So you don't have to do this part. I did it because I find the functionality of the software to be immensely useful. So I keep it. You just download DSD Plus, and I got the Fastlane version, so that's the one I roll with. And then the last thing we need is radioreference.com to get your control channels. So my home state here that I'm going to go with is Kentucky. And this is all pre-set up. Just make sure you have these sources, links here when you get this all kind of starting to look into it. So it looks like Louisville was just updated in the last 24 hours. So I'll go back. So wherever your area at, Radio Reference is real good about keeping a lot of with a lot of radio operators, scanners, and people keeping these lists and data updated. As you can see, Kentucky had a lot of updates this past week. So yellow is updated in the last week. Green is information about that was updated in the last 24 hours. So I'm going to go to Jefferson County. And again, it goes most Jefferson County agents, public safety, public services, or Metro Safe TRS, which is the P.25 Phase 1 system that we have here. There are a lot of other frequencies for different services and stuff throughout that you can go to, and it gives you information about all the different trunked radio systems throughout the area that you go to. But specifically, we're going to go to Metro Safe, Louisville Emergency Communications Network, Metro Safe. And right here is your key bit of information. Red is the primary channel, blue are alternates. You can use other software or even use the DSD Plus to check which one is your strongest signal to you. Most of the time it is going to be the primary channel, but I did not mean to click. Go back. But for Bullitt County, due to where I'm located at, their primary channel is not strong for me, so I actually have to use their secondary channel because that one's actually closer to me and produces a strong signal. So if I want to listen to Bullitt County specifically, I use this as my primary. And then LaGrange, I think actually I use this one. And Jeff the Knob for Shelby County, I use the primary as well. Actually, I don't really get Shelby County too strong where I'm at. I would have to move my antennas further up onto the house to get a better signal out. But then goes down here to tell you also as well what groups are located within all these different systems. So in the Louisville Metro Safe, we have all the different police divisions for Louisville Metro Police. I also have Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Anchorage is in there. Jeffersontown, Shively, St. Matthews is in there. U of L's security and police. Metro Correction Center, so the Youth Detention. That's the YDS is Youth Detention Center, and Metro CC is Metro Correction Center. And then all the different fire departments. So Louisville Fire is downtown, specifically. Suburban is a little outside of Louisville, and then each other area from there just has their own fire group that you can listen to. And also one thing to note, anything here that has an E on it means it's encrypted. So that's why these TAC channels are digitally encrypted. So these you cannot listen to unless you do some fancy stuff and decrypt their AES 256 encryption key, which is typically not something you should do. I'm I don't agree with the fact that they use encrypted channels myself personally, but that's another subject I will digress on at some point way off in the future. I don't care to do it here right now. What else do we got here? Bullitt County. So Bullitt County technically is within the primary, so you can listen to them anywhere. But it just where I'm at, I don't get a good signal on it. I do get the airport TARC, so you can listen to the bus system. Trimark, which is the camera and safety and highway safety group, and then Oldham County here. So you got a lot of different groups within the Louisville Metro Safe system. 4 different counties are in there: Jefferson County, Bullitt County, Shelby County, and Oldham County. And as you can see, this last update here was June 16th. They added the Bullitt County talk group. Now, the problem here is with a DSD Plus, you have these talk group files you can download. You don't have to download these. You can listen to them all day long. It won't show you what the talk group names are, but you can manually edit them. So if you're listening and you can say, hey, I know this division is in this area, so I will write that down as Division 2. Or, hey, the streets they're talking about on this fire talk is located in Jeffersontown. I'll mark that as Jeffersontown Fire Department. So you can do all the manual stuff, or you can download these, excuse me, all these things. But for DSD Plus, if you become a premium member of Radio Reference, you can download the DSD formatted files already for all your areas. So if you live in Louisville, they're there. If you move to Birmingham, Alabama, it's there. You move to Seattle, Washington, someone's already put all this stuff together. You see this person, for Louisville specifically, this Trashman 43, he monitors constantly, always updating. He is a monster at getting these things continuously updated, figuring out what's what, and getting all that information updated. So if you subscribe to Radio Reference, I think it's like $25 for 1 year. You can download these. If you don't subscribe to it, you can still get all the information you need and manually program it either by listening or scrolling down this list and seeing, okay, this is going to be this group, this is going to be that group, this is going to be that group. A little more manual, a little more tedious, but it can be done. That's a quick walkthrough on getting it set up here. But so I already got my SDR Sharp and my DSD Plus P.25. So first thing, extract this. Yeah. That's quick and simple. And then here, you need to go to, you are, what? Where's the file? Where is the file? There it is. Install RTL-SDR bat. This will reach out to the internet, download a specific file that gives you allows you to overwrite, because these RTL SDRs are technically TV tuners. It was discovered several years ago, about a decade and a half ago, give or take, that those USB TV tuners, so you could watch over-the-air TV on your laptop and computer, could receive a ton of radio signals just in the regular radio frequencies. And then a couple smart people, smarter than me, figured out and wrote some dynamic link libraries and other executables and libraries to allow them to convert over. So this is basically just downloading the proper DLL files for your computer for it to recognize the RTL SDR. So that being said, so we have the files downloaded now, and this is the point where we plug this into our computer. RTL SDR. What's this? Windows updates? No. Uh, there we go. Now it recognizes it. So it popped up down here for a second and installed drivers for it, but it's the wrong drivers. So you need to open up Zadig. That's fine. We're going to let it make the changes to the computer. And we'll go to options, list all devices. Is it not recognizing it? USB. All right, let's try you again. Oh man. Yeah, I'm actually running this on the virtual machine because I already have everything installed on my main desktop. I'm running this demo through a virtual machine, so some things may not work on it. All right, so won't be able to show you this here on the virtual machine, what happens, but fortunately the walkthrough here does. So what should happen is you go list all devices, and you want to go to bulk in interface 0, and then you make sure this is on the left, shows the RTL-2832 UUSB to replace the Win USB driver, and specifically you have to make sure that the USB ID is 0 Bravo Delta Alpha 283800, and as long as that matches, click replace driver, and if it pops up with a warning, mine never did, but if it does pop up a warning, click on install this driver anyways, and bingo, that's it. It is installed and ready to go, ready to rock and roll. You can test this out by using the SDR Sharp software itself. Oh, but first, you also want to make sure that you plug this little antenna into it as well. So plug it in, you can plug that antenna in, or else you won't get any signal or sounds at all. Through my antenna in, my external antenna. And then we're going to go down here to SDR Sharp, start that up. Again, I'm not certain if this is going to work on this virtual machine here. If it doesn't, I'll bring up SDR Sharp on my main desktop and show that. Don't mind all that noise behind me. Miley's decided she's going to come sit next to me now instead of sitting behind me. All right, do we have... It says it's here, but is actually detecting it. These are different kind of inputs you can use. TCP is a great one. If you have the dongle plugged in like a Raspberry Pi way off somewhere else in your house, you can actually use a TCP connection to get the signals from it and listen to it on a desktop remotely anywhere in the world if you wanted to. It's always fun and interesting. And you can even go online. There's some online with options where you can connect to other people's SDRs from across the world and listen to it on the Spy server network. So that's... No, stop. Eight. Let's go 3. Is it actually going to pick on my RTL-SDR? No? All right. So virtual machine issues, it takes a lot to get these set up to work exactly as you want them to do, especially when you're doing it in a very quick, I literally set this all up at like 3 o'clock this morning and just now getting around to verifying and testing it. So I did not have a chance to test this last night. That's fine. It's all fine. Give you an idea of what that's actually doing. So, or how to set it up. But after that, we actually, as you can see, the actual SDR Sharp program on my main desktop should be loading and should be visible any second here. There we go. There we go. RTL-SDR R820T. So this one recognizes it. It sees it as independent, a separate option rather than USB, which is what we want. Oh, you mean it's not ready? Because of the virtual machine. Oh, I'm sharing it to the virtual machine. I need to unshare. Delete. There we go. So I was saying earlier, this is a good way to test it out and make sure you have everything set up properly and you're receiving signals. So, obviously not hearing it because I haven't muted. This is going to be quiet. So that's 89.3 WFPL, Louisville, Kentucky. Let's hop over here to WUOL. If you want to get even fancier, you can drag this as well. Go to... I'm going to turn that one down. But you can get... There is other plugins for DSD, which all these are different plugins. SDR Sharp is great with all these different plugins that you can get for it. I could actually decode digital radio. So like 95.7 has the Fox as a secondary digital channel, or at least it used to for a very long time. It's been a while since I've listened to it. But it's in this stream right here. And you can listen to that digital audio using SDR Sharp. What's this playing?
Filtered by your Holy Spirit. God help me be.
I don't know what station this is. It's not showing me the information across it. But it's obviously it's a religious station. Let's drop this down. You can also do quick drop downs just by clicking these buttons right here. And just drop them down, down, down. All right. You don't eat my bag. Just trying to eat my travel bag. But you can get down here and listen to shortwave broadcasts. If you got an antenna that's strong enough and the right signals, the right area, you can listen to someone broadcasting on shortwave radios. Let's see if there's anything on here. What about over here? All right, so we do have something going on here at the top end of shortwave. I don't know what it is. I can't make it out because I don't have the antenna tuned or set up in a area that's good for shortwave. I believe that's a harmonic. So you do encounter harmonics when it comes to radio frequencies and things. So I think this might be WOL bouncing back down here on a lower frequency, a little harmonic repeating of the signal. Yeah, those are FM harmonics down here. So let's roll back up. Here's FM air traffic. You can listen to airplanes and stuff. 2-meter ham, marine, and SDR Sharp auto populates the information here for a lot of this military air. Which is great if you're just scanning around listening and enjoying yourselves. You want to listen to CB radio, ham radio, FM radio, AM radio. You can do a lot of that just using SDR Sharp. But that's not what you're here for. We are here for DSD Plus and P.25 trunking. So obviously mine is not going to work, I'm pretty certain, because on the virtual machine. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to show the final product on my desktop. I am still going to go through the setup process here. So we're going to unzip our DSD Plus. If you are a Fastlane member, they do have a password system for it, so that way it's unique to you. And here's our DSD Plus. Now, before we get started with this, we do have to create, or not create, but we do have to there it is. We are going to edit this file because this is our control frequency. Obviously, that's not the Jefferson County MetroSafe control frequency, so we need to make some changes to this and get the right control frequency going here. To give a comparison, this is what mine looks like. It's identical, I just changed the control frequency to what I need. So, and that's the FMP24-CC charlie.bat. So we change that, save it, or I'm a fan of shortcuts, so I Control S it. And there we go. That file's updated. Now we're going to create a new text document. Call it 1R. You can call it whatever you want. I just like 1R for one radio. Get rid of the .txt at the end and make it .bat. Yes, I'm sure I want to save that like that. Oh, there was already one in here. Did I do one earlier? I don't know. I'm going to delete the new text. 1R. I think maybe they created one already and they put it in here. Yeah, that's what they did. The makers of DSD Plus on the Fastlane versions, they went ahead and created the one radio file for you. So here's a comparison of what their setup looks like versus mine. So this is the default. It saves it renders everything as in a WAV file, exports it to this log file. Myself, I prefer MP3 and a few other settings here. This one tells it basically to ignore encrypted channels because I'm not decoding encrypted channels. I don't want to bother with the mess of AES decryption. I don't want to get in trouble for doing it, so I purposely avoid them by tacking on some of these modifiers to tell it to ignore encrypted channels. I tell it to see them and track them, but to actually ignore the audio from them. So that way I can just register who is talking. And that's all I want to see. If they're using, if LMPD is using the TAC channels, I want to see that they're using it, but I don't want to listen to it. So we'll delete that, Control S or file save, and that's it. So this can seem confusing and cumbersome, but once you get those two files saved, that's it. You're done with that. We do, however, want to go over here to downloads, from where I downloaded those groups earlier, DSD Plus groups and DSD Plus sites, and we're gonna paste these over to here. And to show you what this looks like, open with. more apps, Notepad. And this is what the groups file looks like. That was not fancy. It's literally just saying, here's all the different groups, their frequency codes, and a few other things, details with it. That's normal. Normal stuff. The sites is the fun one. Oh, no, I had them backwards. Sites list your areas. And so these are on the P.25 system for MetroSafe. The groups is the one that shows all your different areas. But to get this started, that FMP24, you know what? I usually organize mine by type. I scroll down just so they're all at the bottom. But you want to start the FMP24CC, which stands for Control Channel, .bat. And it will start to since my hold on. Did I forget a file? I might have forgot a file. Oh, I did. My desktop had that file already installed, so I didn't need to download it separately. So, if you encounter this, there's a lot of different places you can download this file from, but it's the libffftw3f-dll or a .dll file. You want to download that file and drop it into your SDR sharp folder. So that's it. But anyway, so you start that up, and then you start up the 1R, which then tells it to connect. So this is one radio, and this is going to be your voice channels. That's kind of the walkthrough on doing that part. Let's actually show it up on my main desktop here, getting the SDR sharp going. Bear for 1 second while I find the file and get it here. All right, so we're going to shut this virtual machine down now since I'm done with it. Update and shut down. So here's my DSD folder itself. That might be a little bit of a thing. Let me zoom in. Haha. So I have a lot of these areas already pre-built for if and when I do any traveling. Oldham County, my FMP 24 control channel Oldham.bat. And it just has control channel for Oldham County on it. On 1R is always the same. But then, as you see, Jefferson County, 854-4875. Oldham County, 852-256. And then my group file. And this is the actual file from earlier, telling you all the different records and groups and everything that's doing. This is also where you can control it. So all these LOs means that channel, that frequency is locked out. I don't think y'all. There we go. So the LO means I've locked that channel out. So I don't want to listen to J-Town, Shively, St. Matthews. I want to listen to the Sheriff's County, or excuse me, the Sheriff's Metro, LMPD. And due to some stuff happening at Jefferson Mall the other day, I want to also listen to Oklahoma area. And the zoo, all these other different groups that are in here. A ton of stuff that's in here. So what we do, I need to go back to Jefferson County. Jefferson County. Start that up. And that's it. Scanning my frequency list files. All kinds of little information right here. But it starts the transmission on the radio. It starts listening. So it's listening in right here. 854-48750, which is my control channel. And anytime this control channel, which basically it sends out a little signal that says, this talk group is talking on these frequencies. So then it hits it over here in the audio channel and starts tracking it. So over here may be 855-09375 for this talk group, whatever's talking right now. Or then jump over to here for a different talk group, or for the same talk group for the response for whoever they're talking to. So it trunks it around because this has a little identifier to it to say this group is talking at this time. Then we do 1R. And here's where it's actually picking up all these different frequencies and figure out what group it is. I get a lot of CRCs because of some weak signals coming in from certain groups, but they're nothing to worry about. It usually corrects itself within a matter of a few moments, says, all right, we got this now, and then identifies who it is, first come what frequency it's on, and jumps it around. So right here is where it's starting to pick up the different channels and frequencies and decode it. Metro Corrections, accept. Jefferson County simulcast. TARC bus. And this program does open up a lot of windows. A lot of these you don't need. You can actually just minimize that, minimize that, minimize that. You don't need a lot of those to see what's going on. This window, though, is telling you what's going on. You can see right here now, dispatch 2, which is the 3rd and 8th divisions, is talking right now. I haven't locked out. I don't care.
He's going to have a blue hat with a gray shirt now.
Oh,
shorts.
I have this going to the wrong. No. Give me a second. I need to hear.
5612 tonight.
All right, so you can hear him talking now.
5612 heavy 10-8. 12%.
And these are the talk groups. This is the actual window I have on my screen normally popped up.
What's that?
5401 Warwickshire Drive.
So you can see who's talking. And see what's going on. Where's another window? We do have some tracking windows as well. Like this window
96, 12,
has you. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let me mute the radio here. Volume level. Negative. Negative 50. All right. So we're not going to hear the MetroSafe chatter anymore. So this window here just says what the group name is, how many it estimates to be in it, based on the different radio IDs it registers that are talking, and when they were last seen, what time. So this was last seen at 12:46. So that means they just talked a few moments ago. Whatever this channel is, it's only been seen 3 times the time I've had been running the program. Oh no, excuse me. It has three radios in it. And last seen at 8:56 this morning. Looks like EMS Division 2 has 50 radios in it, and 1 has 54 radios in it. Global Fire 1 has 107 radios in it. Again, this is based on what is discovered, not necessarily that's how many there are, just how many that the software has discovered by recognizing different identifiers, unique identifiers to different radios. This window over here, though, shows who last talked, which radio specifically it was that talked, if we have an alias for it, which we can program that. So if we know specifically Joe Bob always has radio 101040, we can mark that as Joe Bob. And if Marianne has 101020, mark that as Marianne always has that. So since I've had this up, fire is the only thing that's really caught. Or no, hold on. Am I listening on? Oh my. This thing, I think I accidentally set it to pay attention only to fire because I was looking at something in particular. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I see what happened. I clicked here and told it fire. If we click here, it'll update that to show try mark. So, so if you start recognizing different officers and things, you can actually go and mark them as this is this person, and you can know when they're on duty. Is it possible bad things can happen with that? Possibly, because typically when a police officer has a radio, they keep the same radio with them at all times. But the only thing you really know is that they're active. You don't necessarily know exactly where they're at because this software, by its basic nature, does not tell you the location of where anybody's at. You just know they're in a division, and the LMPD divisions are rather large. That's pretty much it. That's how you get this all set up, started, and rolling. Now we listen to police comms. Volume, -50. Bring that back up. Take a look who's talking. That's the wrong window for who's talking. Let's take a look who's talking. Oh, apparently no one's talking right now. Right.
You know, start in trail and unself on an injury accident, a black Kia and a black Jeep.
Before I look at it.
Told you.
I don't need these up I don't pay attention to those much or that often.
Radio's good. Where's it can cancel?
Oh man, that background. Let me turn that back on. One thing to watch. Oh, mute this again. One thing to watch out for is your WAV file here, because it has to save these all these communications into a WAV file, and that way it can play it back out to you. Because what you're actually hearing is what's been saved and streamed to this WAV file to listen back out on, and your log file as well can get pretty hefty because it's literally, since you start the program, anytime you run it, this is continuously being updated with everything is streaming across these windows. And then if you enable backing up and saving of the audio, it literally creates a transcript of every file, every communication that happens. Talk group, radio ID, date and time that it was recorded. So it's good if you want to go back and listen to something and figure out something, but keep in mind that it can literally create huge files on your desk on your computer. So it's a good idea to do some housekeeping every once in a while. Like, there was really nothing important that happened between this date to this date. I can delete those. This important stuff happens, so I'm not deleting them on my computer. But for general maintenance, if there's nothing, if you aren't aware of anything important that happened, feel safe to go here and delete them, get rid of them. You don't need those anymore. But let's roll over here and get back to my main screen. And that is how I get this all set up. And as you can see, I only capture certain windows. I have my flight tracking software, which I'll cover another day, maybe next week, but not today. I just want to kind of do a quick overview, roughly give or take an hour. I'll get everything set up and get that software going. So, got that that channel activity window over here on the left with this little clock here, so I can know what time something happens. In case anybody's watching it or they want to watch the VOD, go back on it, they can see what happened here. A little disclaimer: my flight tracking, my other little windows, my avatar here, my tip jar, my little Spotify thing right there in the kind of bottom right area to show you what's playing, what you're listening to. And that's how I get to doing this, how I get this all set up and going. But that's it. I guess no one had any questions because I didn't see anything come across Facebook or Twitch chat. So it is what it is. That's how everything here gets set up. I'm going to turn my my voice down and leave this just to the radio and let it go on to that for the rest of the day. But again, if anybody comes across this later on and has any questions, feel free to ask. It's a simple process. You can usually get this all set up and done in a matter of an hour tops. Get the software downloaded, installed, physically plug it in, and then you'll be up and listening to AM, FM radio, or police comms, whatever you want to listen to, in a matter of an hour. And cost you less than $40 to get it all done.
Ready to do 13-1705.
Well,
Having a CMS at 2100 Renner Lane. There's a male laying in the parking lot at Chase Bank in front of those.
Definitely. All right, 1256.
Actually, y'all know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream and just save this as a. Oh man, echo. I'm gonna save the stream and push the VOD to YouTube so I have a backup of it in case anybody wants to come back and watch this down the line and just watch it, check it out on YouTube. So appreciate you stopping by. Stream's gonna be restarting here in about a minute so I can save this video.